dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for our Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, October 13th, 2012, in Perth, Australia. Cole and Wade on commentary. We're still in the same arena that we've been in all weekend, from SmackDown to Crown Jewel to now. I love that stage. It's all over. We're done. And this is a big Raw. I love Monday Night Raws after PLEs, just because it's like, what's next? What's the next go-to? We have Survivor Series War Games, November 29th, a few days after my birthday. Very excited about that, so it's a big birthday gift. San Diego and Sacramento. Raw's going to be in Sacramento next week. December 13th, we got John Cena's final match. Just like, yeah, who does he face next? He has 4 more dates left. 4 more. One of them Survivor Series and one of them Saturday Night Main Event. And a lot of things coming out of Perth. Seth was seen in a shoulder thingy. What do you call him? He was hurt. So it's like, what's going to happen with Seth? So we have Seth Rollins kick off the show with his goons. The Goon Squad, the Seth Squad, the Vision. They come out and Seth's hyping up everybody. He's like, hey, we have Bronson Reed, who beat the Tribal Chief. He defeated him. He could have defeated him a few years ago before he was put on the shelf for a bit. No, here he is now. Look at him. He's hyping up Bronze, hyping him. He's like, I love you guys. He goes, but I'm Seth Rollins. I didn't need nobody. No one needed to help me. I was like, well, you did use a watch to your advantage, Seth, but still, he's praising himself. He's saying, I didn't need any of you. So I'm just like, what is this leading to? Because he's really like telling these guys, I don't need you, but I choose to be with you. He goes on and on and on and on, and we go on. Like, he's Seth freaking Rollins, throws the mic, and he's ready to do his thing, like, and we go right into Rusev in the back, gets in Penta's face. He says, hey, I told Adam, whoever wins this match between you and Dom for the Intercontinental Championship, it's going to be me versus hopefully you, because I didn't forget that kick I got last week. And Penta's like, pendejo. Yeah. But Dirty Dom, my favorite thing about this is Rusev is standing there like I'm gonna whoop some ass, and then like here comes Dom with his two belts. Is all but this is my favorite match of the night, the Intercontinental Championship, Dirty Dom versus Penta, and it's just amazing how Dom is just massive. He's over this. I mean, everyone loves Dirty Dom. I love Dirty Dom. And I remember being the guy like, he has to grow into him. No, mustache and all, man, that mullet. He's on top of the world right now, being the Intercontinental Champion and being the AAA Mega Champion. He says he's the king of the luchas. He might as well be, because Perth loves him. I love him. And this match was crazy. Rusev came out. He tried to get, in the way of everything, but Penta took him out. And while all this was going on, Dirty Dom did some dirty shenanigans where he got the ring bell and he did the 619 to Penta and hid the ring bell in his boot, because he's just sly and gangster like that, to retain the Intercontinental Championship. But man, this is one hell of a match to start off Monday Night Raw. And this is just starting off, and I'm already all sweaty. I'm like, oh, God, that was a song. Then we get Jackie. She's with LA Knight. He has this big number 1 contender match tonight with Punk and Jay. Punk gets in his face. He goes, no, you're not getting in my way this time. You will never be champion, and LA's talking smack. And I just love these two. I love their dynamic between each other. They really know how to take little jabs at each other, really piss each other off. It's just like, this is just a great team. That I want to see a tag team out of at some point, but they got a big match tonight. Then we go right into Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane, and before all this happens, I believe it was an earlier in the day type thing. They didn't put that, but Kyrie's like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to fight Rhea, blah, and then Asuka being Asuka, like, yelling at her, and then she's just slaps the shit out of Kyrie. I was just like, what did the 5 fingers say in the face? Oh, slap, oh, slap. Kyrie's not going to take it no more. She's going to snap. She's going to, like, blow her gasket and go to the not dark side, and break up the Kabuki Warriors, but she's not there yet. I can feel it, though. That slap made me feel it. But we get into Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane in probably my second favorite match of the night. Oh my gosh, this was so good. Rhea and you got Io out there, you got Asuka on the outside, and Rhea. Well, you got Io on the outside, Asuka on the outside, Rhea and Kairi just tearing it up, man. Kairi Sane, my hats off to Kairi Sane. Just awesomeness, dude. They're battling. And Rhea gets the win, of course. But what happens after? They got beat down. A message was sent. Kairi and Asuka aren't done with Io or Rhea because they left Rhea laying there on the table. Beat down. We have the Usos backstage. Jay's telling Jimmy, like, yo, man, we need to not get in other people's business. We need to watch out for ourselves. And because Jimmy has this big match with Bronson Reed next, and he's like, "Yo, are you telling me I'm on my own?" He goes, "What? No, Uso, you do you then. I'll do me. I'll do Big Jim." Little tension between the Usos ever since Roman walked out on them because even Jimmy's like, "I don't get him, man." He says, "He doesn't want to see us till Christmas." But the Usos have a little tension. Then we have Bronson Reed versus Jimmy Uso. This match was okay. It's at some point when Bronson gets the win, Braun comes out, of course. Then Jay comes out, tries to help Jimmy, and it's like the end of every Monday Night Raw, which I'm glad it wasn't the end of Monday Night. I'm glad this was like in the middle of the show, to be honest. Bayley and Lyra versus the Judgment Day. Fun match here. Bayley went crazy because Lyra slapped her, and before this match, she's like, I don't know if I can still trust you. And Bayley's like, what do you mean? And they put on a good tag team match with the Judgment Day. I'm hoping this feud ends soon, though. I don't know how many more times I can see Lyra face Raquel, or Lyra face Roxanne, or Roxanne face Bayley, Bayley face Raquel. I want something new with this. Give me something fresh after this. So Bayley and Lyra get the win. Then we go to Seth, Paul, and the Bronze. And this has got me just thinking. I was like, what's going on? Because he's like, I love you guys. I love you. I just love y'all. I love you. I love you too. I just love y'all. I'm like, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Then we have Adam with AJ. Dom gets in his face because Dom does that. AJ wants his title. And then my favorite part about this, AJ's like, yeah, you are a fighting champion. Those tag team Finn and JD need to be fighting with their tag team championships as well. And I was like, that's a good point. I'm like, yeah, Dom, that is great. Dom's like, whoa, wait a minute. So next week we have AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day for the tag team titles. I'm like, yes, please give me those matches, man. And they're like, thank you, Dom. And I'm like, thank you, Dom. We get Jackie with Stephanie Van Cure. She comes out, celebrating her being the Crown Jewel champion. I know this is probably the last time we'll see that belt, but that thing is massive. But Raquel and Roxanne come out, get in her face, especially little Roxanne. And Stephanie's like, you know what? Quit your bitching. I'm a winner. You want to prove something? Prove something to me. Step up. And Raquel's like, you know what? Not Raquel. Roxanne was like, you on my terms. And I was like, ooh, Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie. Take my money. Just take it. See right here? Here's that. Yeah. Take it. Take it all. Then we go into the number one contender match. Jay versus Punk versus LA. And what are you going to get? Oh, banga. That's what this was. Jay, Punk, and LA just going to town. Crazy spots with Punk, man. Jay, I don't know. I love Jey Uso, man. He's like, yeet. We yeeted and they ran it back-ish. Ran it back. And you go, yeet. And LA, no. Yeah. They did all the hits, man. Come on. course, the go to sleeps and yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm really glad too that the Brawns didn't interfere. Seth, I'm glad they came out afterwards. I'm glad that after Punk won, which I was like, oh hell yeah, #1 contender match. He wins. Is this gonna be at Survivor Series War Games? Could it be sooner than that? I don't know. Is Seth really that hurt? So we had this feud refired between Punk and, of course, here comes Seth and the Browns with Paul, and it's a beatdown. They beat down CM Punk and leave him laying there, kick him out of the ring, and then hands go up, and the little executive producer thing pulls up, and it's just like waiting a little bit too. I'm like, what's going on here? Braun Breaker spears Seth Rollins. And I was like, the Vision is dead? Oh my gosh. Okay. And he tells Bronson Reed, like, yo, choose your side. Bronson Reed, like, you know what? Tsunami! Wiping out Seth. And Braun Breaker picks up the World Heavyweight Championship. He looks at Paul and he says, you better choose, bad. And Paul just goes from to that devilish grin and puts up their hands. And I was like, oh, I like this. Is this because of Seth is potentially hurt? You just don't know anymore. Like, he faked that injury all the way up to cashing in his Money in the Bank. Like, and him being in the arm sling and Perth, and because I think a fan took a picture of him as what I saw online. But yeah, I was like, oh, where are we going here? This is a swerve I did not see coming. I was like, the potential here is crazy. I like it. I like it a lot, even if it's a result of Seth being hurt. I think this betrayal just sent like shockwaves through the WWE. And where do we go next? What's next for the Browns? And if Braun Breaker is going to be the leader of this group, I'm all for it. I like Braun Breaker. So that was the end of Monday Night Raw. I give it a solid 5 out of 5 here in Perth, Australia, October 13th, 2025. Cole and Wade on commentary. Match of the night is the Intercontinental match with Dom and Penta. Awesome stuff. You got to watch this match, dude. Even if you go watch some highlights, there's some crazy shit that happens. Second favorite match of the night is Rhea and Kyrie. Third, I will say Jay versus Punk versus LA. Moment of the night is a Braun Breaker spearing and then Braun Bronson's tsunami. So what's happening? What's happening in the WWE? Oh my gosh. So I can't wait to get to SmackDown. I hope SmackDown delivers, because SmackDown has been like, it's either like, ooh, or just beep. Two different tones of shows, man. Raw and SmackDown. So on to NXT, on to War Games. Let's go, Dan. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Heyman is shot.